In today's video, I am going to be breaking down the Washington Wizards, their offense that they're using this year in the playoffs, and of course, some of the strategies that they are using that is successful for them, but also could be successful for your team as well. So let's get down and let's check out how the Washington Wizards are playing and if they have a chance of winning this year. Okay, so this is the first play that I'm going to break down. This is actually a very good play. So this is a Horns offense. We have two players up on the elbows of the free throw line. We had a player down here, but he's cutting across the baseline. We are now having what looks to be at first a screen on this side. Now, that is actually something that gets used. We have Westbrook who uses that screen, but it's only a slight brush screen. We then have Alex Len setting a screen for that player who is then trailing off towards the right side of the court, where Westbrook then passes him the ball. Now, this player looks to be Beasley, could have taken that three-point shot, but instead he decided to use the mismatch that he has for his advantage, and then he attacked really hard Joel Embiid. Now, at this point in time, personally, I would have tried to cut back, because then I see that there's possible opportunities for an assist out to a three-point shooter. However, we do see that he was able to pull up in front of Joel Embiid for the mid-range shot. Now, it all comes down to how much you trust this player as a three-point shooter, or even Westbrook in this case, because he could have drove on Joel Embiid. He may have been able to get up a floater or taken some contact to get to the free throw line, or he could have passed out to these two players, or this could have been a pass and skip pass over for a three, but we don't see that here. Now here they're coming down into their set offense. We have a quick dribble handoff for the player on the wing. This looks to be a quick 5-out offense that they're trying to run. And we have Alex Len who is continuing to run down into that low post, even though there's a screen and roll happening right here. I'm actually a massive fan of Alex Len, but he should have popped out towards this corner, or he should have set a screen for this player to go to that corner. Either way, this is happening. You don't want to clog up the key. And because of that, we do see a very tough shot against Joel Embiid, but this could have been negated by having a player who either set a screen for another player or popped out for a three. Alex Len can hit threes. This was just a mistake. We see Joel Embiid always in the key, and if it wasn't for Joel Embiid being in the key, this would have been a much easier layup for him. However, he still at least makes that shot. Now, I see that they're really trying to attack Joel Embiid quite a bit, and they can get those mid-range shots over top of Joel Embiid quite often, because we do see that they do tend to switch. The 76ers tend to switch a lot in their offense, in their defense. And Joel Embiid, even though he can contest a shot, I wouldn't expect him to block any mid-range shots. And he's not exactly the fastest player on his feet when he's trying to defend guards. Now here we see the Washington Wizards driving the ball on a 5-out offense, grabbing or at least pulling in some of the defense. They're able to kick that ball out, but they kicked that ball out way too slow. He should have made that pass much earlier, but then again, that's okay. They were able to make that extra pass. He should have taken that three-point shot there, and I think this is the issue with the Washington Wizards this year, is they tend to clog up the key just a bit too much with Alex Len. Now, he's a fantastic player. I really like him. But they tend to clog up the key, and then they give up too many three-point shots to drive towards the rim. Now, they are successful here, but even though this is an easy two-point shot for the scoreboard, this is a wide-open three-point shot, like literally lick my finger, test the air kind of three-point shot, and he passed that up. Of course, for an alley-oop, I'm not going to complain, but they could have got 3 points instead of 2. This is another opportunity. Very good. Passing the ball ahead. He has a lane. He has a very wide lane. And he then passes that ball up because the lane collapses, which is good. You want to kick it out whenever there's a help defender. And then we have yet again another wide open three that's passed up. And then now he's covered. Of course, he does make the basket and one. He gets his 3 points anyways. But In today's NBA, you want to try and score as fast as possible, and sometimes a three-point shot that is essentially wide open can get you a quick basket so that you can have more opportunities on the offensive side of the ball. Now, this is a double team along the baseline. They get that ball into the paint, and this is good. I like this. I don't understand really the purpose behind the drop step into the defender, but he is known for having the most ugliest shots in the game. However, he makes the shot, but when you catch that ball in the key, go straight up. Just go straight up. Like, you don't need to do any fancy moves. You got nobody around you. You literally have nobody around you. Just go straight up. You don't need to make anything look fancy. If you're going to do that, you now have 4 players on you. You can kick it out for a 3. You can kick it out for a 3. You could kick it out here. He's going to recover. He can pass over to a real good 3-point shooter. So, in reality, if you're going to take a dribble and collapse the defense, kick it out. If you're not going to collapse the defense, just catch that ball, go straight up. It's so much easier, it's so much faster. You don't have to worry about defense. Just go straight up. Now, this is a really good play. I really like this. I really like how Westbrook plays. I don't like his attitude, but I like how he plays. So how he gets that ball off of that screen and roll to the rolling defender. Rolling player, and then that player goes up for a hook shot that misses, but Westbrook follows. This is something that you should always do. After you make that pass to the rolling center, you need to follow your pass to the rim, because if he misses, you can get yourself an offensive rebound, and of course, if you can dunk like Westbrook, you can dunk like Westbrook. But if you can't dunk like Westbrook, you can get a simple alley-oop, and that's just great offense. Now in this last play, we're seeing the 5-out offense once again. We have our 5 players here, and then we have the player at the point setting the screen away for the wing player. That wing player comes off of that screen and then uses Westbrook as a brush screen. Could have been a lot better of a screen, but it wasn't. And then he does a very nice stop on a dime through the legs crossover move to come into Beasley's shot. That was a very good move. That was a very good play. If you're a coach, make sure to go check out my 5-out complete guide down in the description below. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player, a better basketball team, but also just understand the game just a bit more. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe, go check out all of the equipment down below in the description that we use, and I will see you guys again next time.